Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. In this video, I'll try to cover everything related to finding an apartment, a house, or a studio in Belgium, especially for international people. This could be employees or students or families that are looking to relocate here. I personally moved 3 houses in 2 years in Belgium, and I also changed cities. So I can really tell you that it is a frustrating process to find a reasonable place to live in here, especially due to housing shortages, high demand, and as a result, the high prices. So this is why I want to help you deal with this process as fast as possible and hopefully without wasting any of your money. So first, I will start with the agencies. In most cases, you will need to use an agency to be able to rent in Belgium. And here, I think that it's very reasonable to make a distinction between accommodation for students and accommodation for employees or for other people. So for students, there are 2 options. Either you rent from your own university dormitories or you choose to go with the private market with the private agencies that are targeting only students. Some of the most trustable student housing agencies, I would say number 1 is COR Student Housing, and the second one would be CIUS Student Housing. I will provide the link to their official websites in this video in the description so that you can easily access them. But if you choose to go with the university dormitories, some universities provide this option. You can easily find them in the university's own website, generally located under housing and accommodation for students part. So just check the website and that will be it. And to rent these kind of residences, all you need is your student certificate, which indicates that you will be starting your studies in the next academic year. And the second document is the proof of payment of deposit, which is 1 month's rent for students. For people that are not students, some of the names of trustable agencies, I would say first one is ImoWeb, second is Zimo, that's BE, and the third one is, what was it? Yes, BBF Apartments. Fourth one is Spoda Home. And the fifth one would be imolivit.be. I will also provide the link to all of these agencies in this video. But if we have to choose one from all of these agencies, I would say go with imoweb.be, which is where I found 2 of my houses myself, which I'm very grateful for because they're highly trustable. And one advantage of them is that they handle every process, everything, all the documents for you. So they make it easier to sign the contract after you decide to rent the place or after you have a visit to the apartment. So they make life easier for you. So I would say go with ImoWeb. And the documents that you will need to provide in this case, the first one is the bank receipts that shows your previous 3 months salary slips, your Belgian ID. If you don't have this yet, then you need to provide at least a Belgian visa to be able to rent. And third document, in some cases, they might ask you to provide a motivation or cover letter. This happens when the demand is very high for that place that you want to rent, so they need to select from the applicants. But no worries, you can always use ChatGPT to save your time to write a motivation or cover letter, so no issue with that. And the last document is the proof of payment of the deposit, which is 2 months rent for people that are not students. So for students, it's only 1 month's rent, and for other people, the deposit will be 2 months rent. And now that I gave you the general information, let's move on to the info that you're probably not likely to find on the internet without actually experiencing the renting process, which I think is highly important. First and most important is to pay attention to scams. So this is why I provided you with some of the trustable agency names, because in platforms such as Facebook groups or in some other rental websites, you think that you find a flattering apartment with cheaper prices, but these are actually scams. So what I mean by scam is that they sign a fake contract with you and you pay the deposit to them and they just run away with your deposit money, and when you come to Belgium, you have no house, nowhere to live in. So please, please, please do not fall into these. The second point to pay attention to is to do not pay the deposit directly to the landlord's bank account, but rather go to the bank and open a new bank account for only deposit itself. And this amount you can always get back when your rental contract ends. You have this option in Belgium. You don't have to pay all the deposit to the landlord's bank account. So I recommend don't do this because nobody is trustable nowadays. And the third point is not everybody knows this, but you can actually, there's a possibility for you to be able to rent from nice, luxurious, highly modern student housing residences while actually working as an employee in Belgium. So how you can do this is that because you have recently graduated, in let's say your student status doesn't end until the end of September. So if you go to a student housing agency and you rent the place for that year before your student status ends, you actually secure the place for 1 more year. And besides this example, some student housing agencies also provide some exceptions for young people who have recently graduated. So I recommend check their website, but generally they don't provide this information in their website. So just send them an email and ask for some of those exceptions itself. And last tip will be more specific to Leuven, but I know that the renting prices are very, very high in Leuven, so I'll try to save you some money and time by advising you to check the Heverlee region in Leuven to rent an apartment because they have cheaper options and very nice apartments. It's a little far away from the center, but still you can walk anywhere within 20 minutes in Leuven, so no big issue. And the second option is to look for Brussels because there you can find cheaper options as well. And it's always easier to commute anywhere from Brussels in Belgium. So Brussels is the only city that you will have no trouble commuting to anywhere, traveling to anywhere within Belgium. And finally, the last point that I want to touch are the costs. So of course, as expected, the private renting agencies will be more expensive compared to renting directly from the owner of the house. But still, you can find affordable options from the agency names that I provided before in this video. So please, please, please check their website. And for student residences, the prices are pretty much the same or similar for all housing agencies. And the utility costs such as electricity, water, internet, or heating, they're all included in the renting price. And they're furnished in most cases. But the price will depend on the type of the room that you want to rent. So for instance, in Leuven, a studio with kitchen and also bathroom included will cost in between 700 to 1,000 euros per month for a student, with everything included: the heating, electricity, internet, everything that you can think of, and the place will be furnished. And for other people that are not students, the utility costs are not included in the price, unfortunately. So to give you an example for this one, I would say if your base rent is 800 euros per month, then for a single person, with everything included, the utility costs, it will be 100 euros, and the internet will be 50 euros per month. So in the end, if we sum up all of these, you will need to pay in between 1,000 to 1,500 a month, including everything in the price. And lastly, I keep saying lastly, but I never finish. I just noticed it. But yeah, this will be my last point, I promise. I also want to share with you the domiciliation process and how it works in Belgium before and after renting a place also, and the contract types, but these will be too long for this video. So just let me know in the comments what you want to know more about, and I'll try to get back to you from there. Or I can also make a new video about these, so just please let me know. And hopefully these were all helpful to you. So see you in the next video. Bye!